not have a feel for his pitches?
Yeah, I think that's a simple way to look at it. He's a guy that, typically we count on for command and putting the ball in play, length. And right there in that sixth inning, he just, hitting three batters and just didn't have command. He really didn't. And so the pitch count got up, obviously, in the first inning that he threw. The second inning, got through it, but he just wasn't sharp tonight.
What did you see from Knack? Did he show something to you without maybe having his best stuff?
Yeah, I thought Landon did his job, certainly. 5 innings, no runs. I don't think he had his best stuff. There was some hard contact around, but, a lot of atom balls. But, he did exactly and more than we had hoped for. And so those guys were stealing good, but he made pitches when he needed to. And I just felt that, 5 innings where he was at, he did his job.
When they tied the score at 2 in the 6th, how much did that change the game for the Angels to bring in Joyce for 2 innings since he was throwing away? He was 100 plus.
No, they lose their starter in the 3rd inning, and they get Strickland to go out for 1+, and then they get Joyce to go out for 2, and another guy for 2 innings, and so they extended their pen, but they did a good job of throwing up zeros tonight. And once we got to their pen, I felt good about where we were at, for the duration of the game, but we just couldn't put anything together.
In the 10th inning, that's just a situation like KK, that was in the final way with that long play.
Yeah. Infield in, and you got to find a way to, infield in, you got to find a way to put the ball in play. So that's just kind of, those pitchers, right there, he's still trying to do his job, and we've seen him, but, made some pitches and we couldn't, unfortunately, couldn't put the ball in play. And, those guys were 1 strike away, and Ward did a nice job of, sticking the bat out there and getting a big hit.
Is this the hottest you've seen Ohtani this year? And then on the flip side, I think it's frustrating when you get that kind of game from him, but you guys can take advantage of it?
It's certainly the hottest I think we've seen him. Taking the walks in the first, his first 2 at-bats, and then getting a pitch that he can handle to use the big part of the field like we've talked about. And then again, the liner up the middle for a base hit. He's playing really good baseball, and tonight we just couldn't support him.
How, when you see like Yarbrough hit that many guys in an inning, is that just a sign like something's off mechanically, or just like one of those random things?
It's really random. I think this year in particular, on the surface is good, as far as earned run average, but he's just, the walks are certainly up there, the hit batsman way up there, and, I don't know if it's a mechanical thing, but it's certainly uncharacteristic of Ryan.
Kind of back to the time, I'm impressed with that he constantly do what he does with those home runs going.
It's, I think that I haven't looked at the numbers, but I just think his chase rate is just so much better. And I think that he understands that, taking 90 feet, if they give it to you by way of walk, is still of value, and but being ready to hit. And so it's really fun to see that there was another gear in there, given how great he's been, up until we got him.
I think told you that he likes to be on this situation.
No, he's just, he's just great because whatever I ask him, he does. So he understands that we lose a superstar in Mookie, and he doesn't bat an eye.
There was a point where he was striking out multiple times a game, and then you talked about that change. Is there something that clicked, or something that changed in him that he went on this run?
I think he just took a step back and understood, what they were trying to do to him and when he's really good. And so he sort of reset himself and really made a point to control the zone.
Dave, can you talk about Home Chicago comeback to Dodger Stadium?
It was great to see him. He looks great. I think he's like acting now or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he looks fantastic. He was a lot bigger when I remember him, but he was a good player. He's an all-star, but if he was stayed healthy, he would have been. I think he would have been a really, really good major league player. But I just told him I couldn't believe how good he looked, and I asked him if he could pitch an inning for us tonight. Our bullpen was a little banged up, but he said he didn't have an inning tonight. But it was good to see him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah.